Let's talk about something that's simple to define but hard to live out, guys. Integrity. I talked about it in my last video on integrity, about doing the right thing even when no one's looking. But integrity goes a little deeper. It comes to being in alignment with who you are. So pull up a chair and let's talk about it. Integrity it's about being who you are on the inside, but also about who you show the world to on the outside. Integrity is about being honest, authentic, real, true to yourself and who you are. And that lines up with who you show people that you are. Most of the time, we brush it off because integrity it just goes so deep. We think about integrity like the foundation of a house. Let's think about it. You go inside a house and you paint it and you fix up this and you redo the kitchen and you just make it look beautiful, right? The outside sparkling and clean and maybe white with wood shutters and some black trim. That's my ideal of beauty. But then underneath, the foundation of that house is cracked. So it's not stable. It's not dependable. That's kind of how our integrity is with us. It is our foundation for honesty, our foundation for truth, our foundation for authenticity, our foundation for who we are and who we show the world we are. Because without that foundation of integrity, we're going to eventually crumble. We're going to eventually crumble. We can't keep up a false roof, right? And integrity is not just about being a good person, guys. It's about being genuine. It's about being true to yourself even when you have to go against things. Let's say that you believe in friendship and you believe in being a friendly, kind person, right? But you catch yourself in the water cooler conversation at work or wherever, and the conversation turns to gossip pretty quickly. Are you the type that's going to see yourself out of that conversation? Are you the type that's going to stand there and kind of laugh and go along with it? Not really add to it, but you still kind of taking part by laughing and going along with it. Does that line up with who you really are? Are you standing there feeling very uneasy and ungenuine because you know you really don't want to be a part of this? But I don't want to offend anybody by walking off. I don't want to make it look like I'm a goody two shoes by walking off. Guys, integrity is walking off. Integrity is excusing yourself from the conversation. Go deeper. Integrity could be saying, y'all don't need to be talking about that person. Y'all don't need to be whatever. Guys, integrity sometimes puts us in uncomfortable situations. Guys, integrity is like the bedrock of trust. You build that over time with people by being sincere, by being consistent, by being who you truly are. It doesn't matter if you're Debbie in front of the camera or you're Debbie behind the camera. They should be the same person. It doesn't matter if you're the preacher in the pulpit or the preacher that they see in the Walmart. They should be the same person. It doesn't matter if you're the coworker at work or you're riding on a boat out on the lake. They should be the same person. Our integrity doesn't have different views. It doesn't have different values depending on what your situation is, guys. Your integrity is your bedrock, it's your foundation, and that's how we build trust. You build trust by people seeing your consistency, seeing that you're who you are to the world and you who you are in private. You're the same person. Can be counted on as being the same person. That's where the trust comes in. Without that integrity, you're not going to have true trust. People will be nodding to your face, going along with everything you say, but when you walk away, they're going to be like, you can't trust her to do that, though. Because that's what integrity is. It's having that trust factor with people because they know that you are who you say you are. Let's talk about the heart of integrity. Guys, that heart of integrity is being who you are and knowing who you are. Now, we have to know in order to present us to the world, you got to know who you are. Who is the us? Who is us? We have to be true to ourselves and true to God, guys. We have to present us everywhere. Integrity means knowing what's most important to you, what you value, and not bending that for temporary approval or for somebody else to like you. God, guys, it means showing up as your real self. It means to be who you are regardless if it has to go against the grain. Sometimes it takes sometimes integrity takes the hard things. It means you have to stand for what you believe in even if no one else in the room does. That takes courage. It takes courage. But it's about being true and honest and sincere and you. Being you. It takes courage, guys, to say no when everybody else in the room says yes. It takes courage to stand for what you believe in. It takes courage to admit when you're wrong. Guys, it takes courage to show your true integrity to everybody. It takes courage when you stand for what's right, for what you believe in and what you think, not what you've been told to believe, and you don't present to everybody who you think they want to see. You're being you. It takes courage, guys, to say, I know what I believe in and I'm not for sale. That takes courage. But that's where integrity steps in. That's our foundation showing through. It's shining through. Now we're going to talk about integrity showing through at the most inconvenient time. Guys, it'll show up at the most inconvenient time. I'm going to use a lawyer, guys. Nothing against you lawyers, but I'm going to use a lawyer as an example. Say you're really wanting to be partner. That's what I hear all the time about. I want to make partner. I want to make partner. You really want to make partner, and you've been given this opportunity to represent a big client, but that big client is trying to buy land that's owned by elderly people, by people you love. Maybe it's in your town, but they expect you to go out there and basically bulldozer over those people and convince them to sell so that they can build their high rise, so they can make their resort, so they can do whatever it is that they're wanting to do. And so as your job, as you're lawyering, you want to make that partner, right? You want to grow, you want to expand, you want to become somebody in the firm. So you go out there and you're talking with those people and you're really trying to convince them to sell, and then that integrity starts knocking. That integrity starts knocking. And you have integrity is when you say, this does not align with my values. I do not believe these people have to sell the house or the land or whatever it is that they love and that they've had for generations just so that I can climb the corporate ladder. That's when integrity steps in, and you have to go back to that boss and say, hey, I just can't do this. This goes against my values. This goes against what I stand for. And you have to say no. If it means me being a partner, then I'm going to have to pass that up right now because I can't do that. Guys, that's hard. I say that real easy sitting here in this chair, but that's hard. Something like that is hard, but that's how integrity is. It's going to show up when it's inconvenient. It's going to show up when it's going to cause you to have to go against the grain. It's going to show up when your values outshine your want for something better. But let me tell you what that's going to do in turn. That's going to build trust in you. That's going to build belief in you. That firm may right then be like, I can't believe you're doing this. It's going to cost us millions, blah, blah, blah. But deep inside them people, they're going to have to say, that's a man of value right there. That's a man that knows who he is and takes a stand for who he is, regardless of what it's going to cost him. Guys, that's what integrity does. It makes us better people when we start letting it take over, when we start letting it make our decisions in life. Okay, guys, and finally, let's not think that integrity is all about the big things, like that lawyer having to really stand out and say no and stand firm and not blend in with the crowd. He had to take a stand. But it can be the small things, guys, the conversations you have with yourself. Sometimes when you're on Facebook, YouTube, social media, wherever, and you're typing out this comment, and you know that comment is not you. That doesn't believe that. That's not who you are. And so then you wind up deleting it, taking it down. Guys, that's where integrity is stepping in. I heard this thing yesterday where this man, and he's well liked. He has a big following, and he's just a really smart man. He gives good advice. He said that he had a comment that was kind of off, whatever, off-putting, kind of insulting, putting down. So he typed out this thing, man, this little response to him, and he thought I got him. It was good. It was funny. And he let it ride. He said it wasn't very long. He gets a call from a friend that lives like states away from him. And the friend is laughing. He is laughing. And he said, to start with, I didn't put two and two together. I didn't realize he had read my post, read my comment. And the friend told him, he said, finally said, I read it. He said, I got him, didn't I? He said, oh, yeah, you got him, bud. Take it down. He said, what do you mean take it down? You can't tell me to take it down. That's my page. And he told him, he said, do you remember years ago when you told me, look, we may not always be here together, but you're my friend, you're my true friend. And he said, if down the road you see me not being me, call me out on it. And the guy was telling me, you remember that? And he said, yeah. He said, well, I'm calling you out on it. You got him. It was funny. I laughed. I laughed hard when I read it. He said, but I also know that's not you. That's not you. That's not who you are. And the man said, you know what? Because after he got through talking to the man, he said, you know what I did? He said, I took it down. He said, because that wasn't me. He said, I had to face the hard truth that I had just let my anger or my aggravation take over for a split second. And here I did something that I thought was, I got him. He said, I got him by not being true to me. Guys, that's where integrity is. When we ourselves can say, that's not me. I can't do that. Even when nobody's watching, like we said, integrity is, it's not only doing the right thing when nobody's watching. It's being in alignment with your true self, your true values, being humble, being all the things. But it's also when you are by yourself, still having that same integrity. Just when you're dealing with yourself, when you're deciding what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, let that integrity step in. Let it play a big part. Stay true to your foundation. Okay, guys, so our final thoughts. What is integrity? It's not just being good. It's being sincere, being honest, being true to your values, taking a stand for what's right, even when no one's looking, even when no one's clapping, even when no one really even cares. Integrity will cause you to sleep better, to walk lighter, to be a better person, and to be someone that God and everybody else can trust. So today, how's your integrity looking? All right? If you like our content, I would love for you to like and subscribe and follow. Lord, guys, we need the thumbs up. That shows YouTube that people like us. They want to see what we have to say. So give us some thumbs up and subscribe to us. Hit the little bell so you can be notified when we have new content. And we sure would appreciate it, guys. Love you.